Yo, yo, yo. What's up, everybody? We got, mm-hmm. Paint. What's up, everybody? Fuck off, YouTube. What's up, Keith, Kef, J-Man, Azam, the Viking. What's up, everybody? Hope everyone's having a good Friday. Hope everyone had a good trading week. So we're gonna we're gonna hop right into this one. Talk about gold, talk about silver, talk about where the fuck the dollar's going, and why it hates me. So yeah, let's just get into it. Let's get rolling. We got 14 people here, so that's good enough for me to get started. As always, these will be up on YouTube. So if you want to watch these after the fact, see my thought process as time goes on, all of these remain on YouTube always. So welcome back to another Metals with Mayne live stream. It's October 16th in my part of the world. We just had New York and everything closed about 30 minutes ago. I wanted to do a video last Friday. I'm in Canada. If you guys don't know, I'm Canadian. So I had Thanksgiving last weekend. We do our Thanksgiving at a different time than the Americans. Ours is before Halloween. Theirs is in November. Don't ask me why. I don't know. So I was at home eating a bunch of turkey, watching sports, hanging out. So I didn't have time to do a video. So there's been a bit of a gap, and I haven't really traded. I went up to my parents' house on like Wednesday of last week and only got back yesterday. So I've taken some time off. Haven't done a lot of trading. But we can talk about kind of where we're at and what's happened, and then kind of go from there. So we'll start with the dollar and the original plan. The original plan, if things had worked out how they were supposed to, was that we had I've deleted it now because it fucked me, but we had our triple bottom, right? Our three drive pattern play out here, right? 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then we had a breakout here. So first thing we had here actually was a breaker, right? So we had our breaker. Who in the fuck made this shit this color? Okay, so we had our breaker, right? So 3 drives, breaker retest, boom, launched us, right? Our target for the bounce was here. And then we had this key level here, right? Which I wanted to see basically SR flip. So I said, okay, boom, 3 drives to the downside. We have our move up, break in market structure, higher low, off the breaker, another move up, right? This is bullish looking market structure. So what I wanted to see was the dollar find support here. Okay, I wanted to see the dollar find support here. Look at me learning to use the object tree. Okay, that was the original plan. The original plan was for the dollar to ideally find support here, and then we were going to short gold and silver bigly, right? Dollar at support, going up, gold and silver in resistance, we're shorting it down. That was the plan, and that's from 2 weeks ago. But unfortunately, what happened is, you can see, was the dollar did not find support. It continued to sell off. And so one of the things I discussed, and you can see it sell off right into here, right? So it's retesting this. But one of the things I discussed last week is I basically said, listen, if this continues to be weak, right? So if it does not find support here, right? Where do we look? We're looking here, right? So that was kind of what the fuck did I just do? I say if we do not flip this level as support, okay, I want to look to find support down here. So this would have been last week on Friday, or this would have been, what day is it today? Today is the 16th. So 7 days ago would have been the 9th, right? So yeah, we would have seen this happen last week during my stream if I would have done one. Is we came into this area and we did find support. Okay, so now this is where the primo gold short would have been, because this is a decent reaction from support so far. So if we look on October 9th through the 12th, will we see a short on gold? Right, so October 9th through the 12th, you bet, right, there's your short on gold, right? Doesn't look like a huge move, but this is a big move. This is a big move for a commodity, right, with leverage, 2.5%, 40, 50 points. That's a nice move, right? And where was the entry? Well, remember this level from previous streams, kind of our bouncing ball level, right? So we had our bouncing ball level, right? Bounces from this area kept getting weaker. Came right up into that. It's basically an SR flip. I imagine if I pull a fib from like here, pretty darn close to a 79% retracement, pretty much bang on. So that would have been kind of your primo short. So this is the setup that I was looking for back here when we first came into this area here. I want to see this bounce, and I wanted to see this reject here. And it did move down a bit. We got filled. I actually did short this, if you remember, on Twitter. But obviously, once the dollar continued to break down, I just collapsed all my trades. But as you can see here, right, so we did come in, right? We did come in right into previous support, 79% retracement, right when the dollar came into an area of support, right? So this is resistance, right? Dollar at support. Exact same thing here on silver. Not as deep of a retrace on silver, but still right into your kind of sweet spot, 62 to 79, right into that area here. In terms of like an order block or anything, I don't see one that jumps out at me. You'd probably have to dial it down to the lower time frame. There's an SFP, not quite actually, but there's some sort of previous support resistance area from over here. I don't actually see anything here that would kind of trigger me for a trade. Let's see. So, I mean, we're filling in this gap from here to here, right? So we have a fair value gap from right here to here. If I draw that out in time, I'm confident that's the top. Yeah. So it's from here, right there, to right here. So boom, come right into the fair value gap, fill that in. I probably would not have shorted this, but I mean, maybe what I would have seen is, okay, 70% retracement, and then I'm on the hourly. Now I'm looking for what, right? Bearish market structure. So if I'm just looking for saying, okay, this might be the top based on dollar being at support, right? And we did a 61% retracement. What do you look for a setup on the low time frame? Well, you've got an SR flip right here, right? So you could potentially sell this, or once this breaks down, right? Clearly a break in market structure here, right? So once this happens, why aren't you selling here, right? That's just your low time frame. Maybe you get a nice little move into what? Previous lows, right? Right below that low, then it bounced. Again, I wouldn't have taken this one on silver. I would have taken the gold trade if I was trading. This one was clearer. We had the order block there. We had the retracement. We had gold at support, or the dollar at support. We even have a tiny little order block right in here. So lots of confluence on the gold. We actually have a fair value gap right here as well on gold that we just filled in. Okay, so that was kind of the trade I was waiting for to get short, right, with dollar on support. And now, is dollar going to continue higher? That's the question. So dollars come in, We've tested this level. We're bouncing. Right? I want to see the dollar now flip what? This. Right? So if we can hold here and move back up, this still is bullish market structure, right? So I talked about this specifically in the last video. I said if we don't bounce here, we'll bounce lower, right? And if you pull the fib from down here to here, right? Deep retracement, right? This would have been shallow. This is deeper. Still valid. Still bullish market structure if this continues up, right? Low to a high, higher low, higher high. This would still be a higher low if we can now continue higher here. So if that's the case, right, if we are going to continue higher on the dollar, this is where I'm targeting, just below 96. And what would I want to be looking for on gold? Right, well, I want to see continued weakness. Right now, we come up, we retest that bearish order block there, and we're rejecting. So you want to see continued weakness. If this continues up next week, right, if we open up the week Sunday night and this pushes up, this is going to push down. That's going to be the top. And this is going to go like this. Right? And then what do we want to be doing? We want to be looking for a break in market structure, right? So the most immediate swing low is here. Right? So this is going to be a lower high relative to this order block. So let's assume the dollar opens up next week. Right? This will trade down. Don't just sell it right away. Right? Break this low. Now we're selling a retrace, right? And that's how you're going to get involved on gold. And exact same thing on silver, right? Because, I mean, ideally, if I was trading, we would have gotten long or short gold in this October 9th to October 12th region, right? Right up here. If dollar is going to maintain its bullishness, right, it needs to continue to push higher. It needs to take out this high here. Right, so what you want to see on the dollar is a move up, right? We've got little equal highs right here, so I would not be surprised at all if we see a push up at least to run these equal highs early in the week, next week, and then potential for continued downside, right? So if I zoom in here to the hourly, right, those are almost dead equal. What's the high here? The high here is 93.90, 93.904, right? So right here, some equal highs. So I'm expecting at the very least this, right? The question is it this and then up, or is it this and then back down? Right, so that's going to be key. So what we'll look for on Sunday, and I'll post charts when we get there, is how the dollar opens. I'm expecting us to at least run this 93.90 level, those equal highs here. And the question is this a higher low, right? If this is a higher low relative to here, are we going to attack this high? If we're going to attack this high and the dollar starts pushing up next week, we're going to be looking to short gold, right? Something like that, right? For continuation, break the low, pull back, that's when we enter, short it. Unless you entered here, obviously you're here. So if you followed my plan from 2 weeks ago, right, there's, you could have been looking to short in this area. I don't know if anyone did, if anyone was watching this kind of area here as I expected, right, because that gray box I had at the very start of the stream, where we were bouncing from, I drew that 2 weeks ago on this stream. Bouncing from here. So that would have been kind of your short op. Now what we need to see is how it opens next week. If it opens strong, then yeah, we're going to look for continuation shorts on gold. Right now it's rejecting from that H4 bearish order block. Where do I live in Canada? On the West Coast. I bought the top on silver this week and still holding. Will add lower. Wrecked or not? Well, that's a hard question to answer, bro. You bought this? Is this you, bro? Is this you? So the question you got to ask yourself is multiple, my guy. First of all, why are you buying silver? After it's blow off the top looking type of move here, right? That's question number one. Question number two, what's your time frame? Is this a leverage trade or are you just buying spot silver? If you're buying silver off of the weekly chart and you're like, yo, I think silver is going to $50, could you have gotten a way better entry? Probably, right? But at the end of the day, I don't hate it, right? Like if silver is super bullish, right? 382, right? Super bullish, that's the pullback you get. Then continue. So if you're long term, you're looking for $50 on silver, sure, you're gonna double your money from probably here, right? But just be aware this thing can come all the way back down into here, right? And then go up and still be big time bull. High time frame, I'm bullish on silver and gold, right? So I don't know what your trading time frame is. Are you investing? Is this just a margin trade? If this is just like I'm in a day trade on silver long, this is a terrible entry, right? You're buying in a resistance. So don't just needlessly add lower, right? Wait for price to show you a reason to be bullish, right? So, there's a little bit of an uptrend forming here, right? We want to see this high get taken out then, if this is going to continue up. If you're long right now, what I can tell you is if we lose this low here, right? And the reason I like this low is because it swept this low here. So if we lose this low here, I would cut your longs. I would not add, because if we lose this low here, we're going to go to this low. So hope that answers your question. Time frame 12 months on low leverage. Well, let's look here. If I look at the monthly chart, again, right? Monthly time frame. If this is super bullish, you got a pretty good entry, right? But just remember, we can come all the way back down into here and then go up. So if you're chill, right? If you're looking chill, and this kind of meanders down here, right? But then a year from now, maybe you add lower, right? So if you're starting to build a position, right? Because to me, what I like is this, right? Okay. This is a major breakout. So I am absolutely of the bias of this over time, right? So if you're basically building a position here, but understanding that you could be buying all the way down into here, expecting this, that's totally fine. But yeah, don't blow your load too early, right? But if it's super bullish, right, 382 pullback is right where we are right now, basically. But it can go much lower, so just be prepared. But yeah, if you're looking long-term time frame, I don't think you're wrecked, right? Obviously, I think this is a breakout after multiple year-long consolidation. So I expect higher prices. Azam Kazmi shorted the F out of GBP and Euro. Yeah, so it works the exact same, right? So if I'm bullish on the dollar, which means I'm looking for shorts on these two, if you guys aren't trading those commodities, yeah, Euro USD, GBP USD, you could be looking for shorts, right? Dollar CAD, dollar JPY, you can be looking for longs, right? So you can use that dollar analysis that I give you in these streams to trade other pairs that are paired with the dollar. And just know that if it's in the denominator, if dollar is bullish, you're looking for shorts. If it's in the numerator, dollar is bullish, you're looking for longs. Simple as that. So to keep it very simple, okay, here's kind of my quick summary of what I think here. Dollar, so here's an interesting thing. What if this is fucked, okay? Like, and what I mean by that is like, what if the US is fucked and the dollar is gonna fucking just go way fucking lower? Right? Like, what if this is a lower high in here? The dollar's gonna fucking eat shit. Like, this is not a good look. Right? On the yearly chart. Right? Like this close, right? If we close the yearly under that handle there, it's gonna look real ugly. It's gonna look real ugly high time frame. This is gonna look like a major top. Right? This is the weekly chart. We're within that bearish order block. There's that yearly high. Right? Like what is this, right? Like if this is like some sort of massive head and shoulders playing out, and then we see some sort of relief, right? And then another leg down, right? This consolidation is where we're coming for. So if we come up here on the dollar, right? And then reject, right? So again, we can get relief on the dollar, down on gold, down on Bitcoin, etc. And it can still look like shit, right? Because then if it rejects from here, let's say Bitcoin goes to 10K or 9,600, but then the dollar rejects from here, that's going to be the catalyst when it goes towards this low to send Bitcoin, gold, silver, all to the fucking moon. And this will get super fucking ugly. If we lose this low, this is going to get super fucking ugly on the dollar. Again, right, closing below this high, right, that's going to be a very ugly high time frame chart. And yeah, Bitcoin will fucking moon super hard. And yeah, the dollar will just fucking eat a dick. And maybe the fucking Fed does not care because the stock market will go up. Or will continue to go up, right? Like there's an argument to be made, you know, that we're just like in some fucking fat, like descending channel. Right? And we're just gonna fucking getting my loom line on right now. But, you know, there's an argument to be made that, you know, this is fucked. And this is just going to be a lower high. And we're going to fucking trade way down. So that would be bullish for Bitcoin, right? If this fucking continues to drop, that would be super bull for Bitcoin. Super bull. Super, super, super bull. If I throw it on the log, let's see what we get here. Just do anything. Nada. Yeah, that lines up well right there on the 3-month chart. Where's that line up with? Right? That's that basically right at that low time frame level that I talked about right here. Right? So first level was here. Just came shy, right? Bouncing from here. This would be the ultimate case for uber bullish Bitcoin, right? Is this, in my opinion. Obviously, if this just nukes, that's going to be bullish. But if we do this, right? Major high time frame resistance. This is quarterly, like, you know, this is 3-month resistance. And then this, right? Bitcoin maybe goes to 8 to 10,000 up here, right? Then dumps. This is the kind of move down, right? That is going to set up for Bitcoin clearing 13, 14K. But that could mean some intermediate downtime. And I've talked about this since I started doing these streams. Dollar can go much higher than it is, right? 3 cents higher or $3 higher, whatever the fuck it is. And still look like shit on the high time frame. Because yes, this looks bullish here, but then we would be coming right into, right, major high time frame resistance, and this is just a bearish retest, right? This is what you want to see if you're a Bitcoin bull, in my opinion. This would just be the catalyst to fucking coming down to there. That would fucking moon Bitcoin like no other. Any thoughts on Palladium? Sure, I'll take a look. Never gonna happen, dude. Dollar sells. Sounds like ICT though. A strong dollar is bad news for all the countries that are sitting in USD denominated debt. The US does not want these countries to default. Yeah, very much possible. I'm just trading the chart. Like I'm not making any sort of fundamental analysis here. I'm just purely looking at the chart. Anything can fucking happen, right? It was only 2 years ago where the dollar was down here. That's not unreasonable to think that we can go down there again. And where were we in March of 2018? Right? March, May 2018. Let's see here. Dollar started getting super strong. Leading into here. Right? Leading into here, this drop on the dollar. December of 2017. Right? That was the move that propelled us to all-time high. Right? It was that last dump on the dollar here. This is all-time high on Bitcoin coming during this move. That's all I'm saying here, right? A move up and then a dump can give us a run on Bitcoin. Can give us the catalyst to say, okay, and then we fucking have a big up move. Again, none of this is fundamental. This is just purely based on the chart. And again, I mean, if you're just looking at Bitcoin, I know this isn't a Bitcoin stream. Fuck off. You're bearish on Bitcoin. No reason to be super bearish above this level. I gave this level on Twitter like way back here. Right? Key higher high made there. Key SR here. No reason to be bearish above here. Right? If this gets broken, then you look to short it into these lows. Otherwise, the bet is towards upside from here. But again, strong dollar, then weak dollar, that would be sick. Who wouldn't want to buy this? XPD. Palladium. Jesus Christ. Yeah, so I mean, God, Palladium's been a good investment. So, just starting at the weekly time frame, first thing I'm looking at is here. It looks like it's pushing through. Right, looks like it's pushing through, because if it rejected from here, that would be super bearish, right? This would be like a breaker. This would be like Bitcoin at 17K. So what you want to see is we're not through this yet, right? What you want to see is price continue through this gray, right? Then the next major test, in my opinion, is here and then here, right? So if price can continue to push up, it'll test that 2490 and then 2640 area. But what I'm kind of seeing here, potential starting of weakness, right? Again, and if the dollar bounces, this is not a surprise, right? Potential 3 drives here, right? So one push, another push, a third push, all into resistance. Potential for this to sell off. Again, and if the dollar shows strength, the dollar bounces from here and takes out this high, right? Bounces from here, takes out this high, okay? That XPD chart, that's going to look like this. So in a resistance here, I wouldn't long this where it's at right now. I would not long this right now. I would wait. I'd wait for us to show some bullishness here. Because right now, if I go down to like the H4, right, SFP this level on the daily, right, daily SFP there. So we zoom into the H4. This looks like a potential top for now. Consolidate, expand, consolidate, expand, consolidate, expand. That's a market maker sell model, right? Probably trade into these lows here. Again, dollar. If the dollar looks strong, I'm expecting this to play out something like a market maker sell model and ultimately target this low. Right? That's picturesque sell model. Expand into a key high time frame level, take it out, sweep the level, now reverse it all the way back down into this low. That would be my quick analysis of Palladium. So, all right, guys. So, I mean, that's all I got for you. Again, I like to keep these nice and quick. The dollar is the key. I'll add this to here so we can see if this plays out. But the dollar bouncing for now off of this 12-hour zone, right? So this is what you want to watch for next week. And I'll update on Twitter with a chart on Sunday what we see. At the very least, I'm expecting these equal highs to get run. Okay? Expecting us to run this 93.90 level, probably push a little higher. We're in a resistance here. We've got equal highs into resistance, right? So at the very least, we're going to stab higher. So the question is this the move? If this happens, what are we doing? We're longing dollar, we're longing Bitcoin, we're longing silver, we're longing gold, we're longing EU, GU, we're shorting dollar CAD, we're shorting dollar yen. Okay? If this happens, right, what are we doing? We're shorting gold, shorting Bitcoin, shorting silver, shorting EU, shorting GU, longing dollar CAD, longing dollar yen, longing Palladium. That's what you said, Palladium, right? Yeah, not platinum, Palladium. Okay, so hopefully that's super clear. Those are going to be kind of the two main situations I'm watching for. A break above, a retest, clear this area. We'll go to here and then possibly higher, right? Or a run of these two highs, right? And then a break back below the highs. That's bearish on the dollar, bullish on gold, silver, blah, blah, blah. Okay, guys? Anyone got any other questions, anything like that? Hopefully all that makes sense for y'all. Otherwise, I'm going to sign off, and I will talk to you guys on Sunday. All right, guys. Thanks so much.